Hello everyone, just a quick apologies for the shaky video. Not too sure what was going on with this. I've filmed races in the night before. However, just something was up with this particular recording. And unfortunately, because I had GoPro's auto stabilization on, there's nothing really I can do in post-production to fix this issue. Quick side note, I'm wondering if the tire warming rule is actually going to be enforced. I saw it done during the warm-up lap. I would like clarification in the next driver's meeting about that. I just happened to find out about the rule and I was trying to look up how the points were scored. For the final race and pre-final race, I ended up following that rule. However, if the rule is not going to be enforced, I'd rather just warm up my tires. I'm not too sure what was going on, but for whatever reason, 3 out of the 4 races this night had a messed up formation lap procedure. Only final A was able to get a good formation lap in where they just started racing right afterwards. I imagine it's going to be addressed in the driver's meeting in the next round. Though if I could throw out one suggestion, maybe they could get one of the crew members to go in a cart and just act as a pace car for the field. But that's just my 2 cents on that. Okay, I'm gonna cut the suspense and just tell the race results. I ended up winning this race by 2.7 seconds. I don't see any particular reason to delay saying that and have y'all watch the video wondering if anyone catches up. No, no one catches up. Though there is one driver who started in 7th and manages to get their way all up to 2nd. At no point during this race was I ever challenged for the lead. I took the lead at turn 6 and secured it by turn 8. At that point, I was just hot lapping. Unfortunately, due to the lack of a rear-facing camera, I can't show you how close the person who finished 2nd got to me. If you watched the previous video for the pre-final race, they were the person in the red shirt that I passed up right after someone either like spun out or had some kind of cart issue. And inevitably that person in the red shirt caught up to me near the end of the pre-final and passed me up. Before the race started, I heard they were pretty confident about the cart they were in, and If it weren't for the fact that they had gotten penalties and had been placed behind me, I probably would not have won the race as handily as I did. After they claimed second place, they were slowly reeling me in. If there were a couple more laps, then there's a good chance they catch me. I got really, really lucky that I was able to take advantage of my lead. Now that we're done with the race recap, let's talk about some of the changes that have happened with the format for this season over at Lone Star Kartpark. Each round can have a maximum of 20 entries, and up to 10 drivers can be on the track at the same time. This results there in being 2 qualifying sessions, 2 pre-finals, and 2 finals. The qualifying sessions is just randomly sorted. Nothing special there. With the pre-finals though, for pre-final A, they put all the odd numbered finishers in the qualifying in a heat, and for pre-final B, they put the even numbered finishers in qualifying. For final A, they take the top 5 from both pre-finals and put them in a heat, and for final B, they put the bottom 5 finishers from each heat and put them in their own heat. This inevitably gets us to talking about the most controversial aspect of the new season, which is the revised points format. You have Final A and Final B. Obviously, the people in Final A deserve more points for their finishes since they got into Final A. So there's not really a complaint about, hey, first and Final B not getting as many points as Final A. It is what it is. However, I do fear this will lead to gamesmanship in pre-final without the usage of a proper kart lottery where the karts are assigned randomly for the final. Because say you finish in 5th place in your pre-final. Congratulations, you're going to be in the back of the pack to start the final A race, and more than likely you're going to end up with a worse kart because the karts in the back are likely going to be karts of a lesser quality. Obviously, you could have an outlier like someone spins out or something or can't handle their kart, just makes some mistakes, and you get a really good kart that was like in P7 in this race that I'm showing. The question becomes, do you want to risk that though? If you are in P5 and someone's coming up on you, why not just let them through? End up at the top of the field for Final B and have a good chance at getting higher points. Since both heats aren't split up evenly, you end up in a situation where the floor for Final B is a lot higher than the floor for Final A. I hope that issue gets addressed before we have rounds where the field is lower than, say, 15 drivers. While it wasn't mentioned explicitly, I imagine a reason for the points being the way they are for finals A and B is for situations like this where a racer just gets a bad kart. Nothing else to really say about it. When you're in a bad kart like this that we have in front of us, you just end up getting beat on the straights. Nothing can really be done there. So it seems to help make up for it. You got the final A and final B points the way they are, and also an additional rule where your best 5 finals finishes are what count for your points for the season. So you attend all 6 rounds, your best 5 count, drop the worst. It might sound like I'm being a bit negative, but I do want to say I am happy with the direction that Lone Star Kartpark is attempting to take with the new management. As far as the league is concerned, obviously there's still some issues that can be addressed, but compared to last season, I'm really happy with the direction management is going. And I look forward to racing the rest of the season. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn back on the audio and enjoy the rest of the race. checkered flag. That marks my first win of the season, as well as just my first win in a rental karting league in general. It might have been Finals B, but I'm still happy with the points total that gets me tied for third currently in the championship. And while I would prefer it to be Finals A, this will do for now. One last thing to note is that Finals B also awards medals for the podium, so up to 6 medals could be given out for each round. So another reason to show up is that you got a good chance for fighting for some kind of hardware. Anyway, with that, hope you all enjoyed this commentary and discussion on Lone Star Kartpark's 2025 season opening round of the lights. Have a great rest of your day, and happy racing.